How y'all feeling? Good. I have the wonderful privilege to sit right in between incredible worship and incredible preaching. Not not the easiest slot to get, but so honored to be here. I'm gonna do some poetry for you tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do some music for you. Hope that's okay. My name is Propaganda. Well, my name is Jason. I got bills, man. You look real silly standing up calling yourself by a nickname. Like, I'm a grown man. I got like parent-teacher conferences and ballet rehearsals with my daughter. You can't be, what's up, I'm Propaganda. Silly. My name is Jason. All right. Anyway. Well, I'm not delusional. This most likely is your first experience with me. Greetings. My name is Propaganda. And I wrote my first rap in '93, simply put. Fire-baptized battle rapper who's heavily influenced by folk music and found creative freedom in poetry. And the combo is strange, I know, but let this one bake your noodle. I'm the son of a Black Panther with a Mexican spouse and Caucasian best friends. And my writing tone, well, now, it's not one that offers you a neat little bow to tie all your little problems up with. I know enough to know that I don't know that much. I know God became a man to save us, and we still can't explain pyramids. I know ancient Mayan and Egyptian astronomers had a far greater understanding of outer space than we do. I know academia is so drunk on arrogance and racism that they'd rather credit these accomplishments to aliens than to admit that we are not the smartest civilization to ever live. I know I really love my wife, my daughter, and mangoes. And for some reason, folks find it illogical to think that a perfectly designed universe screams of a designer. I know sarcasm is the only time most people tell the truth. I know chilaquiles and In-N-Out will be served in heaven. I know it's a much better decision to shut your mouth if you don't know what you're talking about than to validate what everybody already thinks of you. I know color theory very well. I have a degree in illustration and intercultural studies and a teaching credential, yet I rap for a living. Let that sink in. Apparently, I don't know that much. Just the gospel and good hip-hop. Pretty simple dude, all I got is my all, and I promise to give you that. You know, lower standards, man, that'll lower the culture. You know the Roman Empire was destroyed by lower standards and moral decay. You know they fed their own to lions for entertainment. Humans, when left to their own devices, seem to be hopelessly selfish and bent on their own destruction. It seems unless a force greater than us intervenes, nothing will stop that trajectory. Wealth, knowledge, success, it seems to only feed the beast. But don't listen to me. We just met. What do I know? Thanks, guys. So again, man, super honored to be here. I'm a LA native, so this wasn't too far of a drive for me. So happy to serve y'all. I got to tell you already, you're way more participatory than the baseball dudes. I don't know, man. It seemed like they'd never seen poetry. I was nervous, so I appreciate y'all responding. Means a lot. It helps an artist to have responses. I think you guys are in for an amazing treat tonight with an amazing speaker, man. I hope your seats are buckled in and you're ready to receive. I'm gonna go ahead and move into a little more poetry. That clock's ticking, but I'm gonna share maybe one or two more pieces with you if that's okay. Is that okay? So they're gonna close all the curtains to convince you that it's nighttime. Just don't believe them. Don't believe them. They're gonna tell you it's a must-have and you can't live without it. Listen, you don't need it. You don't need it. And they're gonna tell you, sweetie, this and only this is beautiful. Tell them I don't see it. I don't see it. Say, don't believe them. You don't need it. I don't see it. And it took us so long to get here. And here really ain't that special. It's like, was it all worth it? Was it all you hoped for or wished for? And I remember the daydreams of a preteen boy on grandmama's porch. A motley crew of ashy-kneed colored boys yelling, that's my car when the nice ones roll by. Bathing in a Cali summer afternoon sunset. eyes straight into the sky as to drown out the smog and the drug transactions we were obviously surrounded by. One day I'm gonna make it. But what is it? Objects, things, calm. And it's all to realize that calm, it really ain't that calm. And the struggle is much more enjoyable when the end ain't clutched. It's like that moment you notice you consumed with first world problems. It's eerie how uncomfortable it is when we get too comfortable. It's kind of like that notion that if you accept these set of notions, then your soul's premium is secure, right? You all good. And you searching for new mountains to climb like you conquered the first one. You ain't done. You just comfy. Like, is this what we've been working towards? The journey to okayness, this life of equilibrium, of homeostasis that we mistakenly see as peace. And it seems like our soul's tenacity has moved to the suburbs. And them neatly aligned trees and perfectly manicured lawns and them safe schools and parks. It's a good place to raise a beer belly, right? And identical strip malls on every corner of your mind can feel a little claustrophobic, right? And it's there that we realize that there is no there, because there is not promised, only here. And this type of perfect, it just ain't working. Don't you dare close them curtains, because it's not nighttime. You don't need another object, and that is not beauty. It's eerie how uncomfortable it is when we get too comfortable. Thanks, guys. I'm going to leave you with this last one. Hopefully a challenge and blesses, and then you guys are in again for an amazing treat. Check this out. So I was recently told that I was too creative. I don't know. They said that I wasn't Christ-centered enough. And the peeps we trying to reach wouldn't understand your speech. I told them, it's cool, not an issue. I ain't so judgmental. Thanks for your advice. I'm just not afraid of heights. Like Christ wasn't afraid to mix spit with mud. As if he couldn't fix vision with one word, I'm sorry. I get my creativity from my Father. Have you ever been to the aquarium? Google the coral reef for Pete's sake. Thanks for your advice. I just lost my fear. Like I'm not afraid of a blank canvas. I ain't afraid to be the canvas. I've been marred in the potter's hands, and God don't use erasers, off on purpose. But what keeps you up at night? Are you afraid of budget meetings or the board of directors? Thanks for your advice. I just lost my fear of gravity since His Majesty came and grabbed me. I've often wondered, how loud does an alarm clock need to be to wake a dead man? Maybe you're right. I am too creative. See, I am afraid of being wrong. But if I am, tell me. I ain't afraid of correction. Humbly embrace lessons, just like you shouldn't be afraid of, I don't know, city permits. Submit to the process. There's not one city permit that can stop what Elohim permits. I'm so comfortable with sovereignty. And I'm so done wasting words, and I'm so tired of lying to my Father in the mirror. See, that's where I get my courage from, my spine. It ain't naturally stainless steel. But you can have freely what I've learned from failing miserably. And I guess the statement shook me because honestly, man, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of wasting time. But you can bet your good graces, I ain't afraid of they faces. How to men wax cold, out your mind sold. It's the guts to say no, then nosedive, and follow commandments that don't make sense. God says, learn to walk worthy. And if you understood the cross, you'd see that command was such a paradox. Man, I think I understand now. Between heresies and Pharisees, between schemes to get rich and work to attain wealth. See, this is why I graciously smile. Because truthfully, they scared. Scared like most of us are. That you're about to waste another weekend. Spend a couple $100 to do the same thing you've been doing. You scared like I am. That your ideas and dreams and plans, that they're not original. That you are just like your parents. That you are okay with mediocre. Your game, it's mediocre. And the best you've ever been and ever will be is so-so. Homie, this ain't a movie. You might go bankrupt and fail like the rest of us. You scared like I am. That I've grown irrelevant. Like, is this really happening? Am I still rapping? Still doing the same thing I was doing when I was 15? You scared. Maybe that you give because pastors say there's a blessing. Or a tax write-off, or to Africa to prove you ain't racist. Hey, when's the last time you gave a gardener a cup of water? I don't even know our groundskeeper's name, and that Vato is a name tag. You're scared. Your chairs and your lives are actually too comfortable. And the cost of your little phones could have fed an entire country. Don't even bother you do it. You're scared. It's you're born eagles, and you walk among chickens. As if these agitated shoulder blades ain't never sprouted wings. I was recently told I was too creative, and it shook me to the core because I got no excuse for fear. I should be roller skating around Saturn, looking down at satellites, flying. And if you mustered up the bravery, you'd get this one day. See, I fooled you. This ain't a poem. This right here is a runway. Why you ain't flying?